Okay, so we're going to be looking at angles of elevation and depression, which sound really sad, but they're not. Come on, let's go. There we go.
No,
All right.
Like, yeah.
So if we have an angle of elevation, that is where, from where the angle starts, you have to look up. So if we're going to look at this picture here, and we got this guy down here on the ground, an angle of elevation means normally he would be looking straight,
It's a girl.
but he's going to look up. I can't tell. Far
Is she
away.
depressed?
She might be.
She's depressed from the plane.
I guess
I
it
thought
is.
that was
That's not even a
kite.
plane, that's a...
It's a,
Are you assuming they're
It's not even a
gender,
kite.
Loki?
I am.
What the heck is that?
I assume lots of things.
It's called.
That's not good.
That's messed up, man.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
how can you have what the heck?
Straight
What do you
Right now, I'm
I know
assuming
what
so
it
many
is.
things about you, Chloe. So many. Alright, so an angle of elevation is from where you start, you have to look up. Or in other words, you're just looking up. If normally it's straight, but instead you have to look up, it's elevation. Depression is backwards. If normally you are
Look
looking
down.
straight, you have to look down, that is an angle of depression. So in other words, you're looking down. So if it's like this girl on the ground here looking up, that's an elevation. If it's this person in the hang glider here looking down, that's a depression. And these are always angles. These are always the angles in the corner here. Alright. Let's go
It's
through.
like a Z. It is. Wow.
Alright, let's look at this one here. If I'm going to look at angle 1, which is from this little bird right here, is angle 1 elevation or depression?
Depression.
Depression, because normally you'd be looking straight ahead, but instead it's looking down, the person in the hot air balloon. So I'm just going to go depth for depression. Alright, how about angle 4 over here? It's like something sitting on the side of a mountain.
Elevation.
Elevation, because normally they're looking straight ahead, but instead they're going to look up to a hot air balloon. Angle 4 is an elevation, and I'm just going to go LE. Or 5 Z's. Okay. Alright, tell me what
Because
are
it's
angle 2
tilts
and my,
awesome.
angle 3?
Is that it?
Tell me what are angle 2 and angle 3 real quick. On your own, in class problem.
I don't know.
So angle 2. Person's looking straight ahead normally, right Lark?
Hmm?
I was gonna help you out. But you got it?
No.
Normally, person right here for angle 2, right? If normally they look straight ahead, but instead they look up
I thought
to here, is that elevation or depression if they're looking up?
elevation.
Yep.
How do you know they're looking up?
Because, so this dashed line is like where normally they're gonna look straight ahead, right? But then to make angle 2, which
So
is like they're
are-
looking this way,
Is that person and the bird making eye contact?
kinda, probably real awkward. Red's like, what you doing up here? You guys looking at me, I'm just chilling, yes.
And what's the person looking down at?
I don't know, a mountain. A speck. I don't know.
There's probably
Use
a
your
US
imagination,
Army
Mark.
base down there that's making nukes.
Yeah.
That was
That's a good
really dark, but okay.
imagination.
What'd you
Good
say?
Maybe a
imagination.
little building right there, maybe. Maybe we can have like a little missile silo right here.
A scene sign like that? Oh, sorry.
Maybe there's
Or that
a
could be an alien base too.
little cloud right here because they're practicing.
Area
I
51.
don't know.
Yeah, that could be Area 51 right there.
You
Like,
guys- You guys are making this lesson way darker than normal.
Everyone grab their kid.
How's A?
We just gotta
How's
learn
Area
about
51 dark?
the Holocaust. Yeah, so we're already
Pretty
in a dark
dark right
place.
now.
Yeah. We just gotta learn about the Holocaust.
do you
Yeah.
know
Why
that
teaching
the
us
word
about
fag
depression?
means Loki?
Now
You know what it means?
Originally it meant a cigarette.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, also,
that's
actually
one
no,
of my...
very originally it was a thing you used to light fires. It was like something you light first.
A fag?
Yes.
That means like so many
No,
things.
we
That
just
means 4
learned the-
things.
Yes,
meaning of
it's
it.
got a bunch.
It means
But
4 things.
anyway,
Brandon told us to slap anybody who said that.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's very offensive.
I was just asking
No,
Loki.
because it means
It's not
more than
only
that now.
offensive,
But
there's like
Yeah,
a
it means
huge-
like
You know,
about-
It meant more than
Like
that when
the
the
Holocaust
Holocaust,
would have
during the
died.
Holocaust.
It was a pile of bodies.
Yeah. Pile of
Yeah.
dead
Bodies.
homosexual bodies.
They're naked.
They weren't just
Pile
homosexual.
of
They're
dead.
naked.
They're just,
We're
We're gonna
yeah,
have to
it was
stop this
Jews,
for
it
a
was
few
everybody.
minutes and
It wasn't just.
cut the
he
audio.
said, but he said that he was like homosexual.
Cut the audio.
Can we get through this? You guys are ruining like my favorite geometry lesson.
About the Holocaust.
Okay, angle 2. What is it, Tiana? Elevation or depression?
Depression.
Elevation.
Dep-
And angle 3 is what, Nick?
I want an answer.
Depression.
Depression.
Cause he's looking down.
It's like the Great Depression.
Yeah.
He's looking
Which led to the
down.
Holocaust.
Huh.
It's a pun.
Which led to the Holocaust.
Yes.
Much.
It
I'm pretty sure Hitler led to the Holocaust.
No,
So.
the Treaty of Versailles led to the
to the
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
I'm
No.
pretty sure it was.
No, whoever shot.
Gabrielle Princess. led
Yeah,
to the
there you go. He
Holocaust.
created the Holocaust. Yeah, that seems about right.
I'm pretty sure Hitler was like, I don't like the Jews.
Yeah, because
Only
we
one
were
person started
one.
both wars.
It was all Gabrielle Princess.
Yeah. It started World War One. And
Which soon led to World War
escalated from
II.
there.
Wait, who won? Wait.
It's all a chain event.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Alright, let's get into the actual main part of this
Oh,
lesson.
no.
You can't
So-
tell we take a lot from history.
Yeah. Alright. We're gonna look at the story problem here, which is actually gonna be kind of fun. And we're gonna use our angles of elevation and depression to solve the story problem. So Kylie, you can read this for us.
Sorry, I didn't record. Suppose you stand 53 feet. It's not staring at me. 53 feet from the wind farm turbine. Your angle of elevation to the hub of the turbine is 56.5 degrees. Your eye level is 5.5 feet above the ground. Approximately how tall is the turbine from the ground to its hub? I'm much better at reading.
You
And
said
probably
just
not.
spell yourself
Maybe
there
I'll
real
let you-
quick.
I come back
I
later.
sound like Chloe
Try it
right
again.
now.
Alright, so what is this question asking? What are we trying to solve in this
Doesn't give a
question?
The height of the hub.
Yep. How tall is the hub of the turbine? Do you know what a hub is in this?
It's like the little.
It's
thing
a
in the
dome.
bottom.
Yeah, it's like the little circle thing. Okay, so let's go through this. Now, I can't really visualize this because I can read through it and I understand it, but I wouldn't know how to solve it. So
Me either.
let's draw a little picture.
Oh
Suppose you
no.
stand 53 feet from a wind farm turbine. So
Oh no.
we're over
Goki's
here.
pictures.
Here we go. Put me
Oh
right
no.
here.
Goki's pictures.
No, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be a stick person. I'm feeling adventurous.
Oh no. Even
Alright,
worse.
so here we go.
Don't do it.
You're wasting time,
Movie
Goki.
anime character now?
Oh no. Spit it out.
Man.
What?
Make
Like-
it from. Are trying to make like Bart
Aw.
Simpson.
Yeah.
It's Phineas!
I was actually thinking.
Or no,
first,
this is
but-
Fern.
Yeah.
I know. It looks like
Just-
blank for a
Firm has
second
a
there.
Phineas has a triangle head. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't.
There we
I
go.
thought
Alright.
that was plain
Oh,
fun.
there I am.
Yeah, that's so cute.
And
It's
I'm
like
looking over
blank.
here at a wind farm turbine,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna turn
So we're gonna make my little wind farm turbine. With
Please
my,
don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
Got my little spinner thingies, which are totally.
Dude,
spinning.
you wanna know something?
It's a
And
flower.
during last period, there's one of these things, and there's people hanging from it, like in Hong Kong, a turbine.
Quit ruining my
Yeah,
lessons I
yeah.
enjoy.
Oh, yeah,
What?
that
There
video.
was?
It was. But it was paper mache, so.
Another piece?
Yeah, they weren't real
Anyway.
people, but
Anyway.
still, there's people getting.
All right. So I'm over here, and I am 53 feet from a wind farm turbine, right?
No.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm
What
gonna draw a
happened?
line right here from this wind farm turbine, and it's gonna be 53 feet,
That's
right?
not normal.
Okay. And it says an angle of elevation to the hub of the turbine is 56.5 degrees, which means if it's an elevation, I'm looking up. So I'm gonna look up here at this turbine, at 56.5 degrees, right? Put my degree sign there. And my eye level is 5.5 feet above the ground, which means that if my eye level, if it's 5.5 right here, it's also going to be 5.5 over here. And I want to know how high this wind turbine is. I can't say it. This windmill is. How high is this windmill? Alright, so I can find this height right here, right? This section right here by using what?
The opposite, the
Opposite.
Sokotoa.
And yep, we can use SOHCAHTOA.
So,
Which one is it?
Toa.
Alright, so I'm gonna call this X, right? So from my angle, what is X? What is my 53?
To Toa?
Jason.
Jason, which one are we gonna use?
Toa.
Yep, which is tangent, right? Alright, but what about this 5.5 down right here chilling? What do
We'll
we have to
add
do with
that in later.
We're gonna add that in later. So right now, I'm gonna find this chunk right here, and at the very end, I'm gonna add in this 5.5 feet. Probably label it as feet. Alright, so I'm gonna use tangent, because I have opposite and adjacent. So I'm gonna go tan of 56.5. Gonna equal the opposite, which is x, over adjacent, which is 53. All I gotta do is solve for x. Which I'm gonna do by multiplying by 53 on both sides. And what'd you get, Tiana? Did you got it right there, right?
Yeah, 80.07.
Alright, we got 80.07. You guys have done this for a few days, so I'm not really worried about. Gonna equal x. But is that my entire height?
No, you have to add 5.5.
I have to bring this 5.5 back in. Right there. So I'm gonna add my 5.5 to it. I'm gonna get 85.57. That is going to be the height. But am I done? What am I missing? Feet. So remember, whenever it's a real world problem like this, I need labels. So this is gonna be feet. This windmill, 85.57 feet high. Oh, not too bad.
Not too
I
bad.
almost-
That took about a long time.
I mean, I know
Oh,
it's
I'm sorry, I took a long time on my face. I had to make myself look
B
good.
plus 5.5.
What's that? That's you?
I was trying.
What do you do with that 5.5? What is that 5.5 on the bottom?
So that is this chunk right here. Because it's like my eye level. My eye
Oh,
level
because
is
you're
5
5 foot. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so
5.5 feet high. Which,
Oh, okay, so that person is like, okay, I see. Okay,
Alright. Let's keep going. Let's look at this next one. Well, let's skip ahead.
What was the answer?
The 85.
5, 7,
You saw a rock
Vigilance.
climber on a cliff
No.
at 32 feet of
Alright,
damage.
Let's keep going. Chloe, read this next one for us.
I live 6 feet above the ground.
You sight a rock climber on a cliff at 32 degrees, or at a 32 degree, Stop moving it. 32 degree angle of elevation. Your eye level is 6 feet above the ground, and you're 1,000 feet from the base of the cliff. What is the approximate height of the rock climber from the ground?
Alright, so what are we going to answer in this question?
Oh no.
The approximate height of the rock climber is from the ground.
Yep, so how high is this rock climber? So, they're on a cliff, so let's go ahead and draw a little
Not that high,
cliff
but
right here. We got a cliff. Maybe my rock climber is going to be like right here. He's going to be far away, so he's going to be a stick figure.
Looks like he's sticking his butt out.
He's climbing. Give him a break. A lot of work. Maybe I should give him a little tree up here or something.
give him some safety equipment.
That's what I'm working
Jeez.
on. Relax.
Okay, you're taking too much
A
time.
little rope that goes down, connects them.
on his
my
head.
head.
It's actually going to go down here and maybe curl around and then connect right there. There we go. He's got some extra space so he can fall. He needs to.
Jeez.
Alright. Safety here. You know what, I'll even
He's lynching him.
put some, I'm not lynching him. I'll even put some little safety things right here. Yeah.
No, you're
Those-
lynching him.
what are those called?
Safety tapes.
Yeah. What are those
Isn't
called
there,
that
like,
they hammer
A
into
brand
the
of
walls?
names called lynch.
I can't remember. It goes out of me now. Alright. Alright, and then we're gonna have maybe over here. It'll be far away, so I can. I'll just
But
little stick figure.
fill in your circles all the way. Oh.
And you know what? Maybe I've got some binoculars or something right here because it's far away.
What kind of binoculars are those?
He's like,
Binoculars. Alright, so I'm looking up here at this rock
not
climber.
directly at him.
And I know, 1,000 feet away from this cliff, right?
Right.
And my angle of elevation is 32 degrees. Alright. And I know one other thing, my eye level is 6 feet above the ground. I've grown half a foot since the last problem. Alright, so between here and here, it's 6 feet. Alright, it's just like a problem we've been doing for a while now. So let me write my SOHCAHTOA acronym. So, if I want to find, let's see, I need to find this chunk right here, right? How high is this rock climber above the ground? So, what am I going to use? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Tangent, yep. You tend to use tangent a lot for this lesson. Not always, but a lot. So we're going to go tangent of 32 and equal the opposite, which is x, over adjacent, which is 1,000. And Nick, you plug it in.
624.87.
624.87 is going to equal our x, but are we done yet?
At 6 feet.
Yep. We got to add this 6 feet because I found this big section right here, but I still have this little 6 feet section that I'm going to have to add on to it. So I'm just going to go plus 6, and we're going to get 630.87. And what are my units?
Feet.
Feet.
Oh,
That's really small.
Centimeters.
All right.
Centimeters.
It's not too bad, I hope.
Millimeters.
You guys feeling pretty good about this one?
No.
Yeah, I
What
just
are
wanted to
the
do an in
exact-
class.
SOHCAHTOA, it's an acronym.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I'll show you in a second. All right.
Hey.
You guys want to do? Hey.
An in class.
so do someone.
Okay.
You want
it
to do
stands for
in class
sine
already?
Equals opposite over hypotenuse.
Dang.
Cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent equals opposite over adjacent. So opposite is over here, adjacent's right here. Hypotenuse is always the longest side. Opposite, you gotta go to the opposite side of the triangle from there. Adjacent's right there. You got it, Butter? Still working.
Oh my gosh, I drew this on the exit ticket.
That's fine. Just flip them around later.
Just, you know what, immediately reminded me of that.
She's like, what?
When he screams, Woody actually.
Krakatoa, yeah, somebody's. They've already made that joke.
Yeah, we already.
If
But you
you're
know that if you're
Tyler.
here.
Tyler.
Oh, okay, guys.
Alright. Everybody got this now?
So,
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about
you
now.
know when they become superheroes?
Yeah.
Or they run for that boulder?
Dude, really?
Yeah.
Clark, you got it?
Dude, that's creepy. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, my finger.
Alright, you guys want to do another one as a class, or do you want to do
No.
it on your own?
No, I'm so glad you guys have this down.
Tell you what, let's have you guys, I want you to set this one up on your own.
Got an art class going on here too.
Yeah, we do.
I'm pretty
I'm gonna have somebody draw it on the board for us.
Okay. Not gonna lie, my sketches have been pretty good.
Maybe I'll choose you. You can draw it on the board. Actually, I'll choose somebody to draw it on the board right now as we're working.
It's okay, I don't want
Do you think is that how you're supposed to do it for the?
No, well, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll let you try one on your own. Alright, so I want you to draw this picture on your
Yeah,
own.
but yeah.
Wrong one.
I don't know how to
No,
draw
I'm
it.
doing
I
this
don't know
one
how
because it
to
says something to do about.
It doesn't need to be anything.
This one have to do
special,
with
just
pen
stick
too?
figures.
Wait, okay, Ryan, I forgot how to.
No, I don't know
do
how
it
to read.
After we get to here.
What?
So how do we,
Like, I read it, but it doesn't.
So read that loud.
Times 1,000 times 1,000, then you that times.
Read out loud,
three,
bud.
and then you add that, you add that, you add that.
No, I don't. No, I mean, how do you type it in? Make it quicker.
Just put 10.
So, do you remember what I did on this
Nope, I don't.
This one?
Alright, let's go over this one together.
Is there airplanes?
Yeah, there's gonna be an airplane, right?
Times 3?
Alright, let's go over this one together to help you get started. Trista, read this for us.
Times 3?
Sorry, I had to stretch. To approach runway 17 of the something
Hey,
city,
you just told me that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just times it on both sides.
something airport in Oklahoma.
So
The
times
pilot
three.
must begin a 1-degree
Then do
descent
times
starting
that
from a
equals
height
X.
of
You add that.
2,714 feet above sea level. The airport is 1,007 feet above sea level.
Okay, now
To the
that's actually a
nearest
good
sense
drawing.
of a mile. How far from the
Right.
runway
What
is
is
the,
that?
is the airplane at the
Wow.
start
Wow.
Alright,
of this approach?
Better than mine.
so what is this whole question asking?
That plane.
Yeah, don't play.
What are we trying to find?
How far from the
What does it
Yeah.
mean by Goki? What does it mean by altitude? Does it mean like altitude? by
Altitude
going
is
up?
how high something is, yeah.
Oh.
Altitude
okay.
is just how high above the ground something is.
Okay,
Alright,
cool. I was right.
so it says we got this plane, it's approaching a runway, right?
No.
And it's gonna make a 3-degree descent. So if it's a descent, is it going up or down?
Down.
Going down, right? So normally it's gonna be going here straight, but instead it's gonna start going down.
Actually,
It's
it's
actually
going
gonna be
the other
really
way.
shallow.
Going that way.
No, it's
Cause
not
you're
going up.
playing- Wow, that looks really weird. Okay. I get it
It's
now.
going down. And it's going down to this airport over here, right? So let's draw a little airport real quick. Got a nice little
I
tarmac.
get this.
Lines
Really,
here.
Goofy?
Put a
Why do you have
little
to
tower.
just...
Little tower right
What
here.
if it's not in class?
It's fun. Have a little satellite going
Is this
right
why you
here.
like this lesson?
Kinda, yeah.
That's us.
Have a little satellite going right here.
Don't expect this from us.
Maybe some antennas. There we go.
It's some antennas.
Actually, it should be
Is that a
wider.
disc?
Should be wider, and we should have the windows going right here.
Is that Teen Titan house?
And then in
That's
the
what I
back,
was
I'm gonna
thinking.
put a happy
I love Teen Titans.
That's funny.
Teen Titans.
Maybe
Go
we'd have a
We'd
We'd have a
watch that all week.
happy little
What's
tree
your
right
favorite
here.
one, Ryan?
That's where he lives.
I don't know.
Okay, there's more numbers.
Alright,
than on the
anyway,
Character or like
So,
Okay.
it's at a 3-degree descent, starting from a height of 2,714 feet above sea level, right?
Raven? She's
So,
pretty cool.
She's cool.
let's see.
I like her powers.
We also know that it is starting at a height of 2,714 feet above sea level, right?
No.
So here, I got my ocean right here. We'll make this on the edge of a cliff or something. I don't know.
Jeez.
There we go, it's on the edge of a cliff.
Jeez, Goki.
Okay.
A cliff?
It says the whole thing is 2,714 feet above sea level, right?
Yeah.
And then the airport is 1,007 feet above sea level. So right here is 1,007 feet. And what's the now? How far from the runway is the plane at the start of its approach? So that is going to be, how far away is it? And I could actually go either way. We are either going to find the diagonal, how far away, or you can find the horizontal. I could see a case either way. Let's find this right here, the horizontal.
That'd be 17, right?
What?
What was that?
I didn't hear you. What? No. All right. All right. So on this triangle, do we have any of these sides yet?
No.
No, but we can find one because if this whole thing is 2714, and this piece right here is 1007, that actually should be 1007 feet. How can I find this piece?
Minus.
We're just gonna minus, right? If the whole thing is 2714, this is 1007, we can just subtract. And if I subtract, I'm going to get 1707. Yeah, 1707. So this piece right here is 1707 feet. Alright, now that I have one of these sides, what am I going to use to find this? Sine, cosine, or tangent?
And
Tangent again.
how do I know?
Like I said, we tend to use tangent a lot. So we're going to go tangent of 3, it's going to equal 1707 over x, and we're going to have to solve it. But this is one of the weird ones. I'm dividing by x, right? What do I do when I divide by x? Yep, we got to flip it. We got to flip some sides. So this is our shortcut we talked about a few days ago. We have to flip these around in order to solve it. Because I can't divide by 1707, because I'm dividing by x. So I'm going to use my shortcut and just flip and go x equals 1707 divided by tangent of 3, and we're going to plug that into Desmos. Which I don't know what it is off the top of my head, because I'm not very good at sine, cosine, tangent.
Pretty proud of my drawing so far.
There.
A negative? How did I get a negative? How did I mess that up?
What's
Uh,
tan 3?
How did I get a negative?
Just plug it into,
Whatever you're
What's
multiplying
cosine?
by.
What's negative?
Okay.
3,200.
Well, mine's a pretty big number.
32,500.
Let's do a negative.
put it in degrees.
So,
Yep, put it in degrees. Remember, you gotta change it to degrees.
Oh, that's what messes me up.
Yep, I did that too. So, we plug that straight into Desmos, and we get
There we go.
32,571.5 feet.
Yeah, I got the
32,571
class
feet.
thing done. That's fine.
So this one was a little harder to set up, but it's basically the same thing. You gotta read through this and figure out how to make your little drawing.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Next one.
Alright, let's look at the next one. Let's do one more. Let's have you guys do this one. But I'll help you guys get it set up.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so on this one, an airplane pilot sights a life raft at 26-degree angle of depression. The airplane's altitude is 3 kilometers. What is the airplane's horizontal distance from the raft? So this one, it says the horizontal distance D. They want you to label that with D instead of X. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Alright, so on this one, I want you to set it up on your own first. See if you can set it up. So I'll give you a hint. You're going to have some waves down here. You're going to have a plane somewhere. You're going to have a life raft
Like
somewhere.
that?
An airplane pilot sights a life raft.
Did I do it right? Did I use tan right? Is it tan?
What is the airplane's horizontal?
You used the wrong angle.
I said
I
horizontal.
used the wrong angle.
I see. Okay, you set it up right, but 26 is going to be right here because it's a 26-degree angle of
Right
depression.
here?
Oh, wait.
So it's gonna be right here instead.
Actually, we have to talk about this.
What?
All right, we're actually gonna have to talk about this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are inverses.
All
All right, real quick.
And I'm on the eraser too. I can't erase
No, it's
this.
fine. You're actually right. There's just one other thing you gotta.
Okay.
Okay, so we got an airplane over here, right? I'll just make it quick. So, I want to make it so nice.
Make it nice. Just make it nice.
It's
Just
an
try.
airplane. It's got a little
It looks
propeller
like
right
a flying
here.
whale.
Got a picture of you if you keep that up. See what other people say about it. Alright, it's an airplane. Alright, and it's looking down at a raft.
Don't
Oh.
helicopters have those?
What?
It looks like
A propeller?
Yeah.
Airplanes have propellers?
Oh wait, yeah, they do. They have like about
Not all of them do, but some of them do.
3, 6. They have like about
Another
7.
wing over there.
3 on each wing and then
Alright,
one in
and
the
then we got a raft right here. We got a person here. And
He's playing golf.
I'm gonna be like,
No, it does look like you're playing golf. Sorry.
this used to be my favorite lesson.
used to.
Alright.
That sucks.
Okay,
Keep going.
so in this,
I mean, if you're drawing golf.
it has. Oh no, actually it'll work.
It looks like he's on
Yeah,
the
that'll
putting
work.
green.
Call the island tilted towers.
It was supposed to be like that?
No. Alright, and then it says he's 3 kilometers high, right?
Yeah.
If he's 3 kilometers high, isn't this over here also 3 kilometers?
Yeah.
It's a straight line. And then what's your angle of depression?
26?
degrees.
Yeah, 26.
Yeah. So what you did is you flipped around the 3 and the 26 in the wrong spots. That's all.
Heck with
Alright,
this math.
So we got a picture up here. I was hoping one of you guys would draw this, but maybe I'll make you do the exit ticket. I'll have somebody do the exit ticket on board.
I don't
I
want
don't
to do
even
this.
know this.
Maybe I'll give you extra credits.
I don't want to do this. I want someone who could do it for me. I don't want to do this.
Is this right then?
Oh, I got it.
There's a ticket.
I can't erase any of this too. I'm out of eraser.
Actually, isn't there some in the back? Yeah, there's one in the back. I'm gonna grab one.
Boy, pencil? Is that what you're talking about?
So you can erase it. Alright, so go through and solve it now that we got it set up. I'll give you a couple of minutes, then we'll talk about it.
You literally put that in your mouth like 20 minutes ago. And you already spit it out.
There's no flavor.
Yeah,
In my mouth is dry.
can't do
What was it?
Yeah, you got it all set up, right? So what are we trying to solve in this problem?
You ever tried
Alright. So what are we trying to solve?
putting your hair into it?
What the airplane climb is from D to the raft?
So time level, right?
Where's D?
D, they wanted you to label this D.
What do I mean with D, but?
So we're gonna find the horizontal distance away, right?
Okay.
Alright.
Hey Ryan, did
So
you
call
get
that
6.84?
No, not
Or
yet.
you-
I had to redo all
This
this.
is
Goki screwed me over.
adjacent?
What was that one thing called?
Yep.
Code. So it's
Circuit controller.
What it, oh wait. X over 3.
I need to exit.
Do the exit ticket?
Okay.
Is that what you said? Do the exit ticket?
No, we need
How are you gonna solve it for X?
You're playing basketball
Does
and about ready to
Which one do we
snag a
Yeah.
tasty what? But bucket out of nowhere.
Hey,
So
Mr.
Trump,
Goldie.
you
Yeah,
don't
Mr.
know who's
Goldie.
messing
Which one
with.
do I do?
He's messing
Alright,
with
so,
John
And
Dog.
what's-
I'm looking down.
You are going to the free
What?
throw line, 15 feet away from basketball.
Because there's
You cover
one
the
for
you go
looking up,
16.7
No, it
feet.
depends on your
You're
triangle.
5 foot 6 inches off the
Depends on
ground.
your triangle.
How high
So
did
you got it all
Can
drawn
you
out.
solve this?
But you're about to make some chill swish sounds to show that other casting.
How do you type this?
What the crap? That sounds so freaking cheesy. Too cheesy. Just too cheesy.
Sine, cosine, tangent. Sine uses essentially
Is it 3:15? We haven't even finished the lesson yet.
We're done. We're still
I don't have
You want to
homework.
see his
Oh,
good
wait,
drawing?
Am I supposed to add 3 with it?
so.
What the heck
Chloe,
is that?
am I supposed to add 3?
Yes,
with it?
I guess
What do you
time
think
to
that is?
apply, 'cause I
Without
was
reading
playing
it.
in my
No.
hair.
I don't know.
This was his favorite lesson, and now it's me. Just kidding.
Wait, what did you get? 1.46? What did you get?
6.84.
Huh?
24. What did I mess up on that?
This thing was flying
You
away.
can look at
What did I mess up on?
No, I'm actually on this. How do I type it in?
Alright,
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
alright, look at your triangle. So after you're done with the picture, you've got your triangle set up. The picture doesn't matter anymore. I know I kind of had fun with it, but you really don't need to do much other than say, hey, I've got a triangle. I'm trying to find this X right here.
Oh, we're trying to find that X?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, give me my camera.
What did you find?
I found a different X.
What's wrong?
Your
Was it
business.
down here? Because you did the same thing. You just, yeah, it's the
And
same.
typed it in?
This distance is going to be the same as this distance. Yeah.
I didn't find that.
Oh, well, I don't know what you did.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
How did I do this wrong, Goki? Can you come here for
All right,
a
let's go over this. So what are we going to use to solve?
10.
Tangent, right? So tan of 26 is going to equal my opposite, which is 3, over adjacent, which is x, and we got to go through and type it in. But what's our shortcut?
Flip it.
We got to flip it, right? X equals 3 over tangent of 26. Just type it into Desmos now. 3 divided by tan of 26. Let me grab my. Let me type it in. 3 divided by.
You're about to
We get-
snag a tasty bucket.
We get 6.15. Alright, and then is there any extra piece we have to add on?
No.
Cam.
No.
Oh.
But we are missing one thing from our answer. What is it?
Degrees?
No.
Feet?
No.
Kilometers?
Yes.
Oh, so I was right.
KM for kilometers.
Kilometers. Okay.
Alright, let's try our exit ticket now.
Who's gonna read your exit ticket?
I don't know. Who wants to read mine?
what'd you
Kylie's
get
not
for the
here.
answer?
Hey, I want to read it.
6.15.
Nick will read it.
I got 0.03.
Make me
Check.
read it.
Change it to degrees.
It
Mr.
is
Goldberg.
on degrees.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's on degrees.
Oh, you did tan inverse.
Why are you tired, Chloe?
Because we're finding the side.
Why are you
There you
tired?
go. Alright, I don't
I was
care.
thinking too
Somebody
late last night.
somebody just start reading if you want to read it.
I accidentally talking to Richie, thank you.
Starting over.
We were talking about Richie's problems.
It's Chloe's
Okay.
problem, too.
It's not. We were
Anyway.
talking about that.
Alright, get going on your exit ticket. If somebody wants to read it out loud, go ahead.